What's up YouTube, Alien Rides here, and today we're going to be making an electric skateboard video. But I'm not an expert on electric skateboards, but who is Scott from Dred Sk8.
So your number one hub hater here, Scott Dred, and thank you very much for having me on the channel. I'll be honest, I was kind of surprised when you reached out, especially about this board. It looks really interesting, so I'm kind of excited to dig into this thing, and I know you haven't been really big on boards, so thanks for the chance to have some fun out here.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it out, and there's a lot I want to do with boards and learn more about them and learn how to ride them better, so let's check it out. Let's unbox it and take it out for a ride. Let's see what we're dealing with here.
It'd be great if it was a sheet cake.
Wow. Ooh, look at that grip tape.
Yeah,
That's pretty fancy.
that is colorful.
Yeah, look at that.
Here, I got
Let's see what we got. Let's take a look at the accessories real quick. Got a manual.
This is starting to look real familiar.
Is it? What does it look like?
So it's with all of these kits, usually you see like this is the number one thing that I see. It's nice that they include a blinker though. So what do we have here? Blinker. This is probably the charger if I had to hazard a guess. Skate tool, always handy. This is, that's interesting. So we have what looks like a charger for the remote there, and not USB-C. Well, what's more interesting is we have a little XT60 connector there for what appears to be a spare power port.
Oh.
Exciting. And let's see. So yeah, this is a new Hobby Wing telemetry remote. That's the one with the little OLED screen in there. There's a manual in there too, but nobody reads those, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, this is real familiar territory. And just your standard, what's this? 1 amp? 2.5 amp charger, not bad.
20 volts? Yeah, output 42 volts, so it's a 36 volt system.
Yep. There's kind of a combination of things going on. So originally, I saw these wheels on the, the AE board or Apsu board, one of those. But these are the like 78A honeycomb wheels, and it's all-wheel drive, which is the first interesting thing I really noticed about this.
No, I thought it was too.
Oh, it's not?
So look at this. So it's called the Veno Board AWD, but if you look, like where's the motor cables? There's no motor cables.
You're
at the
right,
front.
it has the casings, but
Nope,
okay.
nope.
Okay.
So it totally looks, and I thought it was an all-wheel drive board, but it's actually only rear two-wheel drive, even though these do look like hubs, right?
So that aside, it's still interesting though that they're going with the kind of softer, like drilled out honeycomb wheels, which in theory should be a bit of a softer ride. And the other interesting thing here too is that they're using this deck's by design doesn't look like it has a tremendous amount of flex, but they're using the same battery pack off of the onboard GT style boards, and a few other boards I think use this too, but it's interesting that they went with this compartmentalized 10S enclosure. And let's see, oh, it does actually have the USB port still in there, so. But definitely kind of an interesting combination of components and features, and yeah, I thought that I didn't know that this was not all-wheel drive, so this will be interesting.
It is gonna be interesting. But look how thick this is. It's like a layer of foam under this grip tape.
Yeah, it's got so I've started seeing this a lot more with some of the economy boards, is they've got that neoprene permeated grip tape, which is nice because especially when you're riding on hubs, it gives you a little bit more shock dampening.
You got some cushion.
And the other thing that I really like too is that they actually drilled out through the grip tape. So it gives you easy access to remove the trucks or perform maintenance on the board if you need to.
Sweet. Looks good.
All right, fun.
Let's go take it out on a ride.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Oh, I forgot to say it, but subscribe and let's ride.
I might have to get the instruction manual. Nobody reads those, right? So this is Floyd.
On Pro.
Yeah.
Okay guys, we are just taking a break from the sun because it's crazy hot today. It's like 100 degrees in California. It's nuts. Real quick, let's go over the specs of the board. So, looks like the weight is 10.5 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds, but we'll put that in the video. Motor size, 105 millimeter motor size. Top speed in Pro, 50 kilometers per hour. It says it can handle a 30% grade, running at 36 volts. This is a 10 amp hour battery. They also sell a 17.5 amp hour version. Looks like it's selling for $700 right now. Think it's not bad for $700?
I think it could be a little bit better.
Could be a little bit better. What could be better about it?
So let's start off with the brakes. Going down that first hill there, basically if you hadn't run point there, there would have been some minor collisions, but really soft. I think that kind of comes down to my initial estimate that those big wheels combined with like the stock hubs where, you know, it's hubs already, like they're nice, they're quiet, they're clean, they're low maintenance, but the braking has never been that great in my experience with them, and that's really no different here. But you definitely feel it on a hill. Like I would not want to take anything over like 5 to 10% on this thing going down.
Yeah, so we've got some pretty extreme hills in San Francisco, and maybe if you don't have these crazy hills, it's probably totally great. But on the steep hills, you probably need to give yourself plenty of room to brake.
And so that's actually a really good point, because I think one of the real kind of standouts about this board is the ride comfort. Those big soft Duro honeycomb wheels actually really pulled through here. Like, they combine that with the neoprene grip. Like, that actually is a really smart combo, because when I was riding around, we were riding through kind of the rough dirt there. It's like I actually didn't really notice it all that much compared to some of the more traditional, like 83 millimeter hubs that you see on a lot of these more economy boards. So that was really kind of, I think, the best part of it. And that combined with the kind of oddly stiff deck, it kind of keeps my feet out at an angle, but you don't get a lot of extra vibration through that either. So it was really stable. So when I was going downhill, well, I was able to kind of pull a couple of S-turns to kind of offset some of that braking. And it didn't feel like the board was going to slip out from under me at any point. So definitely points there.
So how was the acceleration on the board?
So that's kind of another dig there. Really soft. I think these hubs just aren't quite beefy enough to really power these larger wheels. And so like once you get up there, like it'll get going. Like it felt like once it got traction, like it started picking up speed really well. But as far as like compared to, you know, something with like belt drives, it's fairly soft. Like,
but for a beginner, maybe it's probably a pretty good board to start off with, I imagine.
Yeah, I'd say like if you were starting off, like we shot this mostly in pro mode, so like I was just hitting it the whole time. I think if you were to ride this in like mid, it would be very forgiving. But you also have to remember too that the softer, you'll get even softer braking with that. But if you're just tooling around on flat ground, totally fine.
Cool. All right, guys, that's all we got for this episode on the Veno Board AWD. Hope you enjoyed it. Definitely going to do a lot more e-skate stuff in the future. Maybe faster boards, maybe smaller boards, all kinds of boards. Who knows what. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for joining us today, Scott.
Hey, thanks for having me. And if you want to check out more boards, you can head on over to my channel over at Dred Sk8.
Yep, we'll definitely leave a link to that in the video description. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all next time.